Hi, Debbie Abels here with the Simply Put segment, and I'm thrilled to death to have Melissa Filiatro with us today. Melissa is involved in a ton of stuff, but one of the main things is the pageants at Nelson County Fair. And I know somebody is probably thinking, well, gosh, that's not until July, but we don't care. We're going to get the word out this year about a number of things that are happening at the fairgrounds, and the pageants are one of the things that I don't think a lot of us know about. We have a concept in our head, and that's not necessarily what it is. So we're going to find out a little bit more today.
All right.
Melissa, thank you for being with us today. I appreciate
Thank you for
it very
having
much.
me. Appreciate it.
She's going to refer a little bit to the last year's guide because there are a lot of rules and regulations. But one of the things we want to let you know right up front is that any information that you would like, if you are interested in participating in any of the pageants with your children or you yourself, the information is online at their Nelson County Fair website, which we'll be giving you a couple of times during the program. But Melissa, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
There are more pageants than I realized in the fair.
Right, there's a lot of pageants. A lot goes into the pageants. It's just not a one-night event.
Right.
We have fair board meetings once a month, which anybody from the public is more than welcome to come. It's at the third Thursdays of the month at 6 o'clock. Closer to the fair, we have more meetings. We'll go to 2 weeks, then we go to every week. We have pageant meetings. We've already started those pageant meetings.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot goes all involved into the planning, talking about the rules, anything we'd like to change, ordering crowns, sashes, anything like that,
Just
committee members and everything.
That's perfect. Well, one of the things that I don't think most of the people that are involved in Nelson County and enjoy the fair realize that this is put on by a completely volunteer board. They get paid nothing. Some of them have been doing this. This is the 39th was last year.
Right.
Or 39th last year?
I believe so, 38th.
This will be the 39th year. And some of them have been doing it how many years?
I'm going on my 29th year.
For free.
For free.
All those meetings, all of that decisions, all that hard work. And then you have to be there when the fair's actually going on.
Right.
You're there all the time from daylight to dark.
Yes.
For free, people, for free. I can't even believe it. So these are dedicated people, and I think that that's one of the things that Simply Put is certainly going to get across to the community, our readers, to let them know who all these people are and why they do this. And let me just ask you, why do you do this?
To give back to my community. My mother, years and years ago, she was involved in my school activities at the Boston Oyster Supper. So I'll give them a little plug, but it just, I guess, evolved from that. I was in Girl Scouts. My mother was my Girl Scout leader, and that involves community involvement.
Yes.
So it just started from that.
Well, I think that's wonderful. And that's one of the things that earlier Melissa and I had talked about was, what could we put out there to encourage more Nelson County girls being involved in the Miss Nelson County Fair. That is the only one that you have, am I right, that draws from the whole state? Girls can compete from the whole state?
No, we have Miss Nelson County,
okay,
Miss Teen Nelson County, and Miss Preteen Nelson County.
So those from anybody in the whole state can
Anybody
participate.
from the state of Kentucky, as long as you're a resident of the state of Kentucky, you can participate in those contests.
And the reason that they've had to open these things up more to outside of our own personal county is because of
lack of involvement. Right. And this is not necessarily what people want to say, a beauty pageant. It gets the girls all ages up in front of people, speaking in front of people, walking across the stage in a bathing suit, which is required by the state.
Right.
So we follow their guidelines, a long gown and everything. So we do go by what the Kentucky Fair and Horse Shows Association tells us what we can and cannot do. We are governed by them.
Right.
We just don't throw rules out there.
Right.
And the girls from the Nelson County pageant, they can, if they don't win here, they can go to other pageants and compete. A lot of your pageants in the state of Kentucky are now open pageants.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. Now our Little Miss and Mr., which is a state level competition also,
okay,
is only for Nelson County residents only.
All right.
And the Baby and Tiny Tot contests are for Nelson County residents only.
Okay.
Those are the only 3 contests that are open to Nelson County residents.
Okay. Well, one of the things that we were saying was that it teaches public speaking. It teaches
Right.
poise. It's not just being in a bathing suit or
No,
or a
no.
long gown or whatever. It's stage presence. It's self-confidence. It's a lot of everything
Right.
that's involved. And
And you know, I've been in this forever, and I've seen some of my little babies have gone to do Little Miss and Mister. For example, Susan Jewell. Susan competed. She was Miss Nelson County several years ago.
Okay.
She competed in a baby contest. She competed in Little Miss and Mister. She went all the way up, and she became our Miss Nelson County several years ago. So that's a prime example. You know, you might not win the first year.
right.
You know, keep on coming back, and we have some girls that do that. We do have some girls that go outside of Nelson County to compete, just the same as we have girls from outside, you know,
Coming here.
inside and out to compete, you know.
Well, and there are scholarships.
We have scholarships. If they go to the state level, they are offered scholarships there, so that can help further their education. I know the Nelson County Fair, for an example, the Miss Nelson County, when you go to the state pageant, we pay for your 2-night stay at the Galt House, or
Okay.
that's where it was last year, and I'm sure it's where it's at this year. We give you $250 cash, so if you want a new bathing suit, new long gown,
Get a gown
if
for
you
that.
want, some girls go to the gym and tone up.
Okay.
You know, so that $250 is what you want to put forth to that. Some parents ask that the girls put the money toward their scholarship for college.
Right.
And all. And on that I'm going to kind of go off that. The Fair Board also offers a scholarship, the William Cross and Cliff Burgess Scholarship, that we give back to a senior or an adult wishing to go back to college. Entry forms for that or
Right.
applications are at the high schools, at the county extension office, and the deadline is April 15th.
Okay.
I do not open any of those, even though I'm the chairperson for that scholarship. I do not open those. I give it to someone else. I just hand those off because I know too many of the kids that are applying,
There you
and
go.
I don't feel like that's fair, so I do not open those up. But the county fair offers a lot for these girls, you know. And then if you want to compete on, that's up to you, you know.
Well, and you don't have to be a little size 2 to compete.
No, ma'am, you do
You
not.
all open it up
Up to anyone,
anybody.
anyone.
And
anyone.
really, I would encourage somebody who maybe not be so thin to involve themselves
Right,
and wear a
you're-
bathing suit and get out there. If you feel comfortable in who you are and your skin, the judges are going to feel real comfortable
Oh, yeah.
about rewarding you for it.
There you go. There you go. And it's a great opportunity, like I said, for public speaking. You have to get up, they have to introduce themselves.
Okay.
And you wouldn't think, hi, my name is Melissa Filiatru, and I'm the proud daughter of, you know, it just, Marvin Bodine, I guess I should say. But you know, that's a whole lot to stay with the bleachers full of people.
Yes. And lights on you.
Strangers, lights are on you,
Yeah.
you know, you've got music playing, and you know, the MC is talking, you've got 3 judges from outside of Nelson County looking
Right.
at you, you know, and that is a big deal. And that is part of getting up and speaking, is knowing what to say on the spot. With that
Exactly.
also, we do, the girls sometimes, it's according to who the pageant coordinator is, they might have a bow, and they'll say, draw a question out, so it's on the spot questions.
There you go.
You know, not necessarily what's your favorite color and what it is.
Right.
A little more, you know,
Something to make you have to think.
something to make you think, if, you know, it's just like if you could fly to the moon, what 2 things would you take with you?
Oh, very
You know,
good,
things
very
like that
good.
you'd have to stop and think, you know.
Well, I can remember not too long ago with Jennifer Lawrence out of Louisville, who won the Oscar,
Yes.
in the beautiful dress, which the fashion police deemed her the prettiest, and walked up there and tripped and fell almost flat on her face right there to accept the award. And exactly what you said, she got in front of the mic, was totally poised, and had a real good comeback right there. Everybody laughed, and it went on, and you know, you thought to yourself, boy, that girl is really has it together.
And who knows, from years ago, she could have been in a pageant somewhere and we've had our wardrobe malfunctions too.
Oh.
Yes, we've had them. You know, we've had girls it's been so hot out there, 100 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
We're humid and sweating, and their dresses have stuck. They're sweating so bad. We've had to literally pull down bathing suits and everything. We've had baby powder to spill over them, and you know, we've cleaned it up. You know,
Yeah.
and we have people from our fair board that are back there helping the girls get dressed.
Perfect.
You know, so there is someone back there to help them get dressed.
Are there family member, you know, like a mother or somebody like that allowed to be
Yes,
back there with
yes.
them?
Now that we're open pageant, We've got a larger area. The addition that was built onto Samuel's Hall, that's made into a little dressing room area for the girls.
Perfect.
And so they can have one person, cannot be a male.
Right.
It has to be a female.
Right.
You know, but yeah, we have family members, and sometimes it's not best to have a family member, especially your mom.
Yes.
Because moms are nervous, you know. So we go tell them, go sit down and we'll take care of them, you know.
Good. That's good.
So
They'll make you a nervous wreck.
yes,
before you
moms
get
make
up
you
on
nervous
stage.
wreck, and we ask them to leave their cell phones and texting back because they're texting back and forth. You're not smiling enough, and you know the girls are nervous as it is, and we're trying to make them comfortable. You know,
Sure.
and I've been known to go backstage and do a little dance with the girls, and you know,
Break it up.
break it up, you know, and then we the DJ sometimes will have the girls come out on stage and dance, you know, just to get their nerves relaxed
Just to
and
relax
everything,
it.
just to relax.
Well,
So-
about how many people, I mean, what is the cutoff? How many people do you take? Say that a lot of our viewers decide that they want to get involved. I mean, do you have a cutoff as to how many
No.
you'll take in?
Now I'm sorry, the Little Miss and Mister does. I think
Okay.
she has 15 contestants.
Okay.
That's it, because that's all that can be up on stage. The Babies and Tiny Tots, no.
All right.
The other pageants, no. But our first year, this is our third year of the Miss Nelson County. Our first year we had 42 girls
Wow.
to come out. We had the largest open
That is-
pageant in the state of Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
That was
That's
just
really
our
good.
first year. You know, now last year I believe we had maybe 28 or 30.
Okay.
And so, you know, I mean, just to be our second and third year, I'm pretty proud of all of the girls involved on the pageant committee. You know,
And one of the things that Melissa was going to bring up to us was the fact that I said, well, you know, why do they not participate? And she said they're not active in their community. And you need to be active in your community. And certainly if you have the desire to maybe move on up through the stage through Kentucky, that's one of the requirements, is that you are involved locally in a volunteer kind of area or something of that nature.
your
Can you
judges
address
do,
that?
right, our judges, they look at that because on your application form, they look at what involvement that you are into. And also when you're going to college, you
That's
know,
true.
that background of what you have done in your past of your community involvement, that's also on there. And I know a lot of girls don't like to wear the bathing suit on stage and everything, but I just tell them to look at it like you're walking out on the beach,
Right.
and there's strange people there on the beach and there's strange people there. You know, you just got to brush it off your shoulder and
Right.
and go on. You know, because they're not. I just want to see more girls involved, and don't let the bathing suit hold you back.
Hold you back.
Yeah, it's a
Is it-
one-piece
I was
bathing
going to ask
suit.
you, is it two-piece or one?
No, it's a one-piece bathing suit.
All right.
So, you know, and it is, I'm sure it's nerve-wracking to get up on that stage. I've never competed in that or anything, but, and I'm sure, you know, I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking, but, you know, just brush it off to the side and go.
Right.
Some of your shyest girls have come out and competed on the pageants. And I'm like, oh my, you know, you never thought, and they've done so good.
Done real well.
Done really well.
I'd be more paranoid about walking in the high heels
That too.
than I would be wearing the bathing suit. You know?
Yes, the high
they're-
heels, yeah.
Because now they're getting really stiletto up
Yes.
there.
But you know, I mean, it's just a great opportunity to have that on your resume too. You know,
Well,
for college, like I said, colleges look at things like
They
that.
do.
They look at your community involvement.
They do.
You know, so
I know that my son was able to get into a very nice school, and of which really we could ill afford.
yeah.
But he did get a scholarship, which made it kind of leveled it out with Louisville and with UK. And with that, then that was great. But do you know that, yes, his community involvement had really made a difference.
Yes. You know, and not
on
necessarily
awarding him that.
right, not
compared to
necessarily you
somebody
having
else.
to compete in the pageants. You know, we have exhibits in Samuel's Hall, you know, that you can do. You can come out and help with the 4-H during that week and everything. You know, there's things, all kinds of things to do at the fair, not necessarily pageants. We have kids with the pedal pool. We have agricultural day.
Right.
We have, I'm
there's
gonna blank.
everything.
There's everything that's offered to the family
Right,
for you to come out to the fair.
right.
You know, it's just not just pageants. We have ATV pools. We've got
everything.
demo, you know, but everything's, you got to go by the rules,
Right.
you know, and the rules are in the fair book. You
Right.
know, this is like our Bible during the summer.
Oh,
we
heck yeah.
we go to this all the time.
Well,
you know.
and the new guide will be out a couple of weeks at least before the events, which is, mark your calendars, July the 15th through the 20th. And admission is still $10.
Admission is $10, and the one nice thing about the admission of being $10 is the fact that that includes everything on the fairgrounds. All rides, all events, your parking. You don't have to pay extra for your parking.
There you
Everything is included. Once you come through that gate, it's theirs for the taking.
There,
you know,
just enjoy it until you
enjoy the fair. You know, the gates open around 5 on Friday, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Saturdays, I believe the gates open at 2. You know, rides start at 6 Monday through Friday, and I think maybe 4 on Saturdays.
That's perfect.
You know, but you know, we also have senior citizen night. If
Yeah.
you're 55 years of age or older, you can get the little ticket. You've got to have that ticket saying,
Right.
you know, to get in and
get
everything.
in.
We have cloggers that come out. You can sit and watch cloggers. We have RT cruisers. You know, so, I mean, there's just
tons.
right.
Tons. And I think y'all have added even things to it.
Right, right.
Over the years.
And
from
also
what
we
I
have
was looking
local
at.
businesses and stuff come out for booth space.
Oh,
You know,
I had
and
somebody asked me the other day.
Yes,
it's
we
a
have
new
booth-
company that was in town.
Yeah.
So you do have booth space.
We have
well,
booth
tell me a
space.
little bit about that.
I'm not sure the prices.
Okay.
Once it gets, I would say by the middle of June, you would almost need to know if you're going to be doing a booth space. They can call me.
Okay.
I'm in the telephone book, or they can contact us out to the fairgrounds. But we have booth space that you can rent for the whole week.
Perfect.
It's, you know, politicians, you know, they love it during fair time
yeah.
because that's a good way to meet a lot of people from various counties, especially if they're representing various counties in the
Right.
state. But, you know, it's a good way to get your business out there. It's a long week, I will grant you that. It's a long week to be out there. It's hot, but, you know, you can get big exposure out there during fair
and
time.
I've had people ask me through the paper. They, you
Right.
know, have said, you know, and I've got to tell you, wasn't aware of that.
Yes.
So that's good to know.
Yes.
Well, and you know, they've got the canning, they've got the quilts, you've got antiques, you've got, I mean, there's just so much, and the food's great, fair food.
And
oh my
that's
God.
all air conditioned.
That's right.
The inside, yes, all the
part is
canning,
all
the fruit, the 4-H exhibits, it's all air conditioned.
All that's inside.
All air conditioned.